Welcome to the new revamped Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. That's right. We're sleek. We're streamlined. We're different. Not the same. We're built for a new era, a new age. Here's the deal. You love this pod. You want to listen to it in its entirety all at once. Patreon.com/count the dings. Become a Patreon. You get this pod all at once, all together, drops in your inbox on Monday mornings. You also get the return, the return, the return of the OG pod. That's right. It's me. It's Tom. It's Trey. It's Zach. It's Waz. It's even Jade. We're all on that shit. The shit that you first fell in love with. If you're an OG, you remember True Hoop. You remember all the things we used to do and how fun that was on the Spreecast and the live streams and all that stuff. Guess what? We brought it all back, and we could talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So again, be a Patreon. Patreon.com/count the dings. You'll get this all at once. You'll get the OG pod. You'll get the live watch alongs, which, by the way, today, as it drops on Monday, October 31st, Halloween, me, Zach Harper, Anthony Mays, we're doing a live watch along of Jason X for Halloween. Tap in. We're going to relive that pod. We're going to crack some jokes. It's going to be a ball. You get this and so much more for being a Patreon. So don't waste any time. Patreon.com/count the dings. Great episode for you. Let's get it started with Halloween. It's Halloween day, night. I don't know what you want to call it. Jerv, did you, like me, make the surprise discovery that when you're an adult, Halloween party is the Saturday before Halloween if it falls on a weekday. But
No, I've known that for a minute.
No, but when you're a parent, the trick-or-treating is always on the 31st. These little niggas don't care about work tomorrow, school tomorrow, none of that shit. We ain't trick-or-treating on Saturday. We ain't trick-or-treating on Sunday. They're doing it Monday. They're doing it tonight, Jerv.
So you don't think that you can be slick and do what I did, which is I took my daughter on Saturday. I took her to it's called like a trunk or treat, trunk and treat, or whatever the fuck the case may be. It's the first time I had ever been.
What is trunk or treat?
So it's
everybody in
basically
the
like they got their
parking lot.
cars and they got the little shit where like the trunks popped and that's like the doorstep now.
Is that like some COVID shit?
No, they've been doing it. They was doing it before that, but I mean, some neighborhoods, some people just, people be bah humbug with that shit. Because I know you can't get in my apartment trying to ask for some fucking candy. I ain't gonna have no bowl laid out anyway.
Oh, dog! I just put a bowl out front of my house, put the candy and a sign say, "Please take one."
Word?
Yeah.
First of all,
no one takes one.
I'm shocked.
Shocked at what?
You don't strike me as someone that gets down with the festivities, my brother.
Oh, I mean, I don't like. We're not like on my block because I just moved to this neighborhood a year ago. So last year was our first Halloween, and I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers go all in. I'm talking about inflatables and neon lights and goose. And this one dude, shout out to my neighbor. I don't know what his name is, but this dude has it looks like a jar with a head inside it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, when you walk by, the head speaks and it'll be like, "Hey, you in the orange hoodie?" And you're like, "What the fuck? I didn't know what color hoodie I'm wearing." Like, yeah, that's you. Yeah, don't act surprised. Da, da, da. So it's like the head's talking. And at first I was freaking out, like, yo, how is this? Then I realized it's probably just like a ring camera inside this head. This nigga sitting in his room, and when somebody walks by, it triggers, and then you got control with the mic and everything, which is dope. So I was like, wow, that's a cool ass thing. So that's the neighborhood I'm dealing with. So I'm not that nigga. I'm not going to put it. I mean, we got a pumpkin. I think we're going to carve it today. I'm not sure. To put outside, put a candle in it. That's it. And then a bowl with the candy, because I don't want people. First of all, I'm out and about myself with the kids. But also I don't want a bunch of people knocking on my door and my ring alert going off 8 million times. So I just leave a bowl and put a sign, say, "Please take one." And that's it. And I know no one takes just one. Everyone's taking a handful, but it never runs out, bro. Like, I got candy from last year. So, yeah, man. Like, I don't know if that means I'm down with the festivities, Jerv, or not, but But yeah, Trey, you shouldn't have to. Ain't nobody coming into your house. That's just crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about just trying to get in my complex. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like to get to my
Oh,
door
you
and do all that other
gated.
stuff. 'Cause, yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
gated
no,
community, brother. So you can't
fancy,
even do it.
fancy,
That's not nothing fancy, bro. But I'm just
fancy.
saying, I would feel like it's been 2 years in a row where I haven't seen any kids. Even when I was in Arizona, I didn't see any kids just because of that. And then obviously, my school was a candy-free campus.
A
You know what I'm
word.
saying? Yeah, so we wasn't even doing that, bro. That
No,
shit bad for
Jerv,
you.
Jerv, I know you're
I
laughing.
know.
I wish my kid's school was like that, man. These niggas be giving them candy every day. I'm like, stop giving these niggas candy.
Yeah, man.
Come up
Because
with a
that's
new
the thing. They
incentive.
just create. They
I mean,
got. They got to
I don't
create.
give Haven candy like that. But I mean, on Halloween, I let her go in. You know what I mean? Every now and then, I give her like literally two M&Ms. You know what I mean? Like the little chocolate, the little ones, not the ones with anything inside of it other than chocolate. But can't candy free.
The reason why, Jerv, and I'm gonna explain. Kids have allergies, so some candies have peanut butter in it. Some candies have, different things that give these kids sick. And like if I don't know what's going on and they're passing the candy to each other and they eat
Mm.
it, and now I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck happened? Why are they having an allergic reaction? Now I got to go get an EpiPen, and we freaking out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes 90% of my class was allergic to peanut butter. So if a kid
Damn, 90%.
had 90%, which was crazy because I never knew anybody growing up allergic to peanut butter ever. We all ate peanut
Well,
butter and jelly
peanuts,
sandwiches
yeah.
like that shit was normal. So now
Bro,
niggas had to get soy nut butter or almond butter, right? And I'm sure that shit doesn't
soy
taste the
nut butter
same.
sounds terrible. Almond butter straight, soy butter, whatever that shit you just said. That
I don't
shit
know. I
sounds
haven't
terrible.
had it, but I'm gonna say this. Look, so if someone brought peanut butter, they would have to eat outside from the class and then go wash their hands for 2 minutes. Because again, you touch shit, this shit can really send a kid off with their allergies. But as being the resident guy with no kids on this pod, I fucking stumbled upon a Halloween party on accident. And I was mad as shit.
Why would you be mad that you stumbled on a Halloween party?
Because, nigga, I was going to eat. I was not trying to go to a fucking Halloween party. I went to Soho House and I didn't know that there was a Halloween party on Friday. So I get
You
there
hate
and
that, don't you?
I'm like, yo, is there any tables available? They say, no, it's bottle service today. I said, bottle service? I'm just trying to get like a quick little bite to eat. I got my homie with me, his girl's with him, and I got another homie. They're like, no, we're
What
not. The
time is
kitchen's
this,
closed.
Trey?
7:30 p.m.
What?
Exactly, Amin. And I'm a paying member. This is why I'm upset. So I'm like, I pay all
All of
this
these
money,
people, all these people ain't no ain't none of these
and they're
people
not
members.
members. They're not in the members because they're having a private party. So niggas is in there dressed up in costumes, going all out. Good for them. They're giving away free complimentary drinks. I'm not drinking. So I'm really mad because I'm sitting there, niggas getting drunk. We're posted up. The DJ's playing. And I'm just like, I told my ass I was not going to no Halloween festivities. Again, Halloween ain't till Monday. So this means you know how determined you have to fucking be
No.
to celebrate Halloween Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday? Dog.
Dog, you sound like a meme. You sound like what I think a meme would say.
Man,
Like, what the fuck?
I'm not being a
like-
fun police, my nigga, but
No.
come on, bro.
if I were in Trey's situation, being someone who again spends a lot of money to be a member at some place and also can't drink physically. Again, I mourn for you, sir. and by the way, try to get dinner at 7:30. That's fucking ridiculous. At the very
Like-
least, by the way,
Like,
at the
give me
very
a
least,
cutoff. Like, hey, you know what? We're closing down
Yeah.
the dining hall at 8:45 or 9 because we're setting up for a party. I'd be like, okay, but to go in there at fucking 7:35?
Yeah,
Did they
that's
send like
fucking
an email or anything? Like,
Yeah,
No, I didn't even know it was a party, bro. I didn't even know it was a party. So now I'm at this fucking party. Like again, I'm standing there just like, all right, cool. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to, and that's another thing. I'm not about to get a table at somewhere where I pay thousands of dollars, bro. bottle service. I don't have to prove nothing like that, bro. This shit is enough, bro, for my privacy and everything else. Now I got people that's non-members taking pictures of me while I'm standing here looking like a dickhead. My stomach's hurting. Like, oh,
yeah, I know this isn't what you mean. But this nigga said, standing there taking pictures of me while I'm eating. Like this nigga's
no,
whole
while I
kitchen.
haven't eaten.
Oh,
Like,
while
I'm
you haven't
irritated.
eaten.
Yeah, so you know I'm grumpy, bro. I'm already grumpy. I haven't eaten.
Get angry?
Oh, all the time, bro. I'm the worst, bro. And that was the thing. Like, I
Becky is an
felt bad.
angry person, bro. That's
I
wild.
felt bad because I invited the homie and his wife, like, on some shit. Like, oh yeah, we just get some dinner here.
No, wow.
I can be okay with not eating, but when you got somebody's wife that's hungry too,
Yeah.
nigga, and now your homie looking at you like, bro, you told me it was gonna be food.
Come on, bro. You making me look bad.
Exactly. And that was the thing. I hate that part because I would have just took the L. I would have left. You know what I mean? And now I'm sitting here with the other homie. The homie's getting plastered while I'm just watching him drink.
I also, I don't know, man. It's funny. I'll be like, I hate when that happens, man. I said this to you earlier, Trey, not on air, but like, that's why I don't go out with couples, man. Mm-hmm. I don't want to feel responsible, like, it's like, the worst part about going out with a couple, it's like you're going out on a date, but you're definitely not gonna fuck. But you could still fuck it up for someone else. Like, it's like,
yes.
What are we doing here, man? That's just so much pressure and stress for no payoff,
Yeah, because you got to be on your best behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're on a date. You're on a date.
You got to be on your best behavior because
it's all the worst parts of a date.
It's all the worst. And if you do something wild, that is now a reflection of your friend. Because it's like, oh, that's what you niggas be doing?
Exactly.
Oh,
because it's like you're on a date with all the bad parts, but also none of the upside, and also you could still fuck this up for yourself and for someone else now, right? So it's just like, wow, why do I want to put myself in that kind of pressure? Now, if you're going double dating, right? They got their partner, you got your partner. All right, like that way we all know what the deal is, and also I have stakes at hand, like right, like I'm like, if I play my cards right, even if it's your wife, it's still like, if I play my cards right, like,
because you don't want to be in a doghouse, like coming home after a group date that you thought was a great idea, and now like nigga, y'all having a competition of a love off, like a nigga be like,
well, that's true.
That's
like,
you
be looking at your man like, bro, that's not even you, yo. Why are you doing this right now?
I just
like, yo, you making me look real bad, my nigga.
You know what I just realized? I just went through this whole hypothetical of going on a double date is cool, and then I realized like I haven't done that shit. Like I might have done that shit once in the last 10 years. Once.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I seen the homie do the most one time, and I was hot. Cause you watching from that's your point of view. So you know what I mean? Cause your point of view gonna look like them niggas been in love for 40 years. You know what I mean? You be like, man, these niggas low key in the honeymoon stage, and now your girl looking at you like, hey, dog.
It definitely put.
Remember
that
what you used to?
You, my nigga.
Oh my god. Oh, let me tell you something. If you want to fucking accelerate the end of our togetherness, just say, remember when you used to do that, or remember when you used to do that shit. Like you're gonna be remembering for real. That's a automatic like, yo, stop. I remember when you used to text me all the time. Like I never texted you all the time. I remember when you used to ask me how my day was. Like
I live with you.
By the way, not only do I
I live with you is funny. That's good fun.
Like,
why am I texting you? You're in the fucking house with me.
Well, like, oh, you don't text me good morning. Like, I never did. Like, yes, you did. Like, no, not only did I never text good morning, but I had a whole conversation with you about how I think it's dumb that people text good morning. Or my favorite, you don't wish me a happy birthday. So we've discussed this in great detail. I think they think I'm trying to be cute or some shit, or like maybe I haven't met the one who makes me want to say happy birthday. Like, no, nobody. I don't do it for anybody. I don't care.
Will you at least send the? Would you send the emoji with the birthday hat on? Is that, or is that too much like saying happy birthday?
I don't acknowledge, bro.
Got you.
Now, if you said, "Hey, can we go out to dinner for my birthday? Like you said it like a week ago, whatever. I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'll set something up. We'll go out to dinner. Because to me, it's like, all right, so you're asking, let's go out on a date. But like to me specifically, that balloons and a fucking thing and send a text and post something on Instagram. Like, no, I'm not doing none of that shit. It's ridiculous. But I will celebrate Halloween. I will and it's not just because I have kids. Obviously, the kids we're gonna go out tonight and we're gonna do our shit. But even before I had kids, even when I'm not around my kids, even on a Saturday night before Halloween, like last night or this weekend, yeah, I'll do it, man. I've learned you don't really need to buy costumes. You can just reuse costumes. No one remembers. No one cares. So like basically this is the third year I've worn the same fucking outfit. Nobody's noticed. It's awesome.
What is your outfit, or you can't reveal it?
It's a Grim Reaper. It's black hoodie or black kind of thing with a black mask. You can't see my face.
Easy
and black
call.
gloves.
Easy call.
Okay. Got
So
you.
easy, man. So simple,
easy.
timeless. Like and by the way, I'll be going in character. I don't know if y'all do that shit. I'll be in character. So I'll walk around, I don't say a word. And people be like, is that Amin? And I'll be like shaking my head mad slow, like, oh my God, who is that? Oh my God, who is that? Like, yeah, that's right. They like it. They like to be scared. They like a little bit of danger.
That's just so funny, dude.
Yeah. What?
It's gotta be a fun.
Trey,
You gotta be a fun dad,
you,
though, man. Fuck it.
are you? Oh, I mean, like, well, it's funny. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I have another outfit. I could do that tonight. I had a horse head that I wore on air on ESPN.
You gonna be BoJack?
I was BoJack like 5 years ago. I was BoJack. I had the jacket. I had the blue sweater. I even bought the green pants and the Chuck Taylors. And
That's
so
hard.
and I was BoJack and nobody got it.
That's fucking
No, I
wild.
did a whole A block, Jerv. The whole A block with the fucking horse head on. Nobody got that shit. Nobody tweeted, oh shit, that's Bo. Nobody got shit. I was like, well, it's like the year I was dressed as Baby Billy from fucking Righteous Gemstones. And nobody got. They're like, oh, what are you? Are you like a grandpa? I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers, man.
Oh gosh.
Turn on.
What were you gonna say? I mean,
yo, that's coming back soon too. By the way.
Yeah, I see. I follow them on Instagram. They all like be posting like when they're
filming right now.
Yeah. So, what would you say, Trey?
No, you were about to ask me something before you
Trey. Oh, Trey, have you always been a bah humbug when it comes to Halloween, or did you have a
Nah, man, I fucked with it. I mean, obviously, my first couple costumes was Dracula, the fake ass teeth with the shit. You know what I mean? But they used to take. I think the what made and Jerv can attest, and I'm sure you can attest too. I mean, 20 years ago, or shit, 25 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, the climate of your neighborhood was completely different. So you wasn't going to these neighborhoods and knocking on doors and walking around and just freely just fucking mobbing. I think the one time we would go all the way to like Lakewood just to go because those are like the nicest houses, and you knew like nobody was gonna kind of fuck with you. But then when I became like a preteen, once you become a preteen, especially like in LA, you just like you looked out as a man. You looked as a man, so nigga gonna bang on you or just threaten you, bro. And this is the shit I seen on TV. I seen some white kids throwing some eggs, and I thought it would be a good idea to go to a neighborhood and throw a carton of eggs. First of all, my grandma wanted to put me out the house because I wasted a carton of eggs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm 12 at this time. And then I went to the wrong hood and hit the wrong house, bro.
What do you mean?
I hit the wrong house.
Wrong house, like
specific. We was in a crib neighborhood. We was in Santana Block.
Oh no, come on.
Threw it at a gangbanger's house, bro. It was like they trap house. I was just throwing them at houses. I didn't know who house I was hitting. They came out and they chased us. And they were shooting at us.
Damn, Trey.
So
no wonder this nigga don't fuck with Halloween.
So I was more so like, hey, I can't fuck with this shit, for one. And also, you don't want to be walking around with the costume because a nigga not gonna have that friendly, welcoming thing. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be doing the walk by shit. You don't know if a nigga gonna shoot or not. So we don't play that dress up shit. Back where we from, you can't dress up, nigga. I'm shocked the COVID maskers is working because you need to know who is on your block.
Damn,
You don't
Jerv,
know who that is. You
my
don't know who
man,
that is.
my man Trey is with the triggers of childhood trauma.
College made it safe though. College made it safe, and when I moved to Arizona, I was okay with it because
them hoes made it safe.
there you go. But my last Halloween costume was 2020 when I was in Portland. I was Spider-Man. Yeah, I dressed up as Spider-Man.
Spandex?
Yeah, I wore the whole shit.
Damn, man. They got the nut huggers on.
And I had some red and white dunks on, low tops. And I was just mobbing. Nobody knew it was me because I had like the real one, like
the textured one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope, bro. That's dope.
So I was just mobbing around and like I didn't want to talk, like how you said. I was just in character, so nobody really. I'm getting on the elevator, people taking selfies with me, and it was during the time when niggas was getting shamed for partying, so it worked out perfect for me.
Oh yeah. There
you know what I'm saying? Because niggas is like, oh, you.
That was the depth of the pandemic. Yeah, the depth of the pandemic. Yeah.
Spider-Man talked though, so you could have talked, bro.
No, I could have, but like the thing is, I mean, as soon as I talk, niggas know it's me. Like, Jerv. So you have to understand. So I was hitting on the whole shit of like, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna have my good time. I'm gonna be kicking it with whoever I want to kick it with. That shit almost felt like being white, bro, with no consequences. Just walking around.
Man. Halloween's a magical night, man.
Oh man.
Oh, we all get what we want.
Speaking of magical night, bro, it's always one person that takes the costume too far. And that nigga was the nigga who dressed up as a Nazi and pulled up in Soho last night.
Really?
Yes, bro. He took it too far. Like niggas wasn't gonna record that. He about to lose his job. He probably a dickhead that lives in Williamsburg.
But for what though, man? Like for what? It
wasn't worth it. It's not worth it.
Like, first of all,
that shit ain't funny at all.
What the caliber of pussy you're pulling with that one? I don't know if you want that one, right? Number two, it's like, for what? For what, man? Speaking of Nazis, Elon Musk is taking control of Twitter, and now as of the first day when he was in control, we got a bunch of white boys tweeting the wildest shit, man, including, and this is according to Sean King's Instagram account, a picture of Hitler with the caption, hold on, let me pull it up here. Picture of Hitler with the caption, he would have tweeted nigger today. Dog, I know
he just want to say nigger.
Like, people are trying to like be very like serious about this shit. Like, yo, you got all this hate speech now, and Elon Musk is gonna let all this shit happen, and look at what's happening already. But Sean King's like slideshow of examples of that shit made me laugh so fucking hard, man. Because it's like these motherfuckers are so racist, and it's been bottled up for so long that now that's coming out, it's coming out with like a fucking creativity. Like, this nigga went, Googled a picture of Hitler, closed it, and said he would have tweeted nigger today. But just the idea of Hitler being on Twitter is just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the fact that he would just be even locked in like that.
Yeah, like he's like, Elon's finally in charge now. Here we go. Like the Monte meme where he's like kind of just just clapping his hand trying to figure out what to tweet.
Let me type nigger. Like the light bulb comes on when he types in. Like, yes, there it is. It's so crazy because the fact that it boosted up 500% is hilarious. It's like niggas just huddled up and said, you know what? Let's break the racist record today. Like, the fact, like, that, you know what's crazy? It hasn't hit my timeline. So I don't know what these niggas is following for nigga to be like, get called nigger just openly. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the term is free speech is the new hate speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand for the people that see it and are are saying that they're going to leave the app. I mean, I don't think I could be ran off by that. First of all, because these people I don't know, I don't feel threatened, and it's not like a nigga threw a tiki torch through my window and
Right.
ran me up out my neighborhood. I do understand the power of the word, depending on who says it and who you give the power to. But man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because if
Well,
somebody actually called me that, I'm gonna just be like, okay, like I'm gonna keep scrolling probably, bro. Like I don't think I'm gonna just be like, because obviously the people that do it have fake names. They gonna
yeah.
have a picture up. Like it's not nobody openly saying it to your face.
But I mean, but the other thing also is, Trey, is like, and maybe it's just me, but like you said, it's not on my timeline. I'm sure
Yeah, I
it's
don't see that shit.
happening,
It's
but it's
definitely
like my
happening though.
my Twitter experience does not have a lot of that in there. So, like, these are shitty human beings, and they're doing shitty shit regardless. Why do
Mm-hmm.
you care? It's obviously very different topic matter, but it's similar to the shit I posted the other day where someone was talking about it's a war going, this war between men and women. I'm like, what war? What the fuck are you talking about? And like, you know how many people I had hit me? No, it's these podcasts. Like, what? I never know about these shits unless like we're doing it for this. Like a
Mm-hmm.
clip has been brought to my attention, and now
Right.
we're talking. But like, why are y'all so up to speed with every one of these rinky-dink little shitty podcasts? And how they say, "Hey man, oh, there ain't no more real women and all that." Like, who the fuck cares, man?
Right.
Why
Like
do y'all
what
even
made
give
their
them
voices
attention?
law? Because it's just
For
offering
real?
opinions too. That's another thing. There's no facts in it. There's anything like that. And I don't like it because again, I think when you sit on social media, regardless if it's Instagram or Twitter or any other app, you know what I mean? There's always going to be a clip. And we're so the generation beyond after us is so driven by meme culture. You know what I mean? Like I think
Right.
my nigga
Yeah.
Chasing Cash said the best thing. He said, "Nigga will post a Biggs quote, and do you wrong in the same day." And that's true. It is true. Like people are so heavily influenced by the stuff that they have on the internet that it doesn't hold weight. In the words of Jay-Z, if it's not directed at me, I don't respect it, bro. And I think that it's so strange for the increasing of N-word, right? Like I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 last night.
Uh-huh.
And
Do
we
you
beat
keep
these.
the
We
headphones on?
listen. I had my headphones on. We
Oh,
beat them, right? We beat them last night. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, by the way. I mean, I
Mhm.
had just already been in a war on Twitter over this Kyrie shit, and so
Mhm.
I'm like, fuck it. Let me just get off Twitter and play the game,
Unwind, right?
right?
Relax a little,
We
yeah.
beat them, and as soon as it says winner, niggas is like, bitch ass niggas, da 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 da, niggas, da da da, nigger. I'm
Now were
like,
they
oh
going hard
shit.
R? Were they
Yes,
going
they were
hard R?
going hard on, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, this feels like 2016 or 2014. Bet they really put the real graphics in this shit. Because I remember the Xbox Live parties being that toxic. Like it used to be that crazy. So that game really good. And it don't affect me because I just laugh. Because I ain't gonna be really getting into it like that. But words do affect certain people and how they consume them. I just think
You don't
that
you don't do the shit where the niggas be like, yeah, ask your mom about this nigga dick though. Like,
no, you know what I mean? I never was good at that. I just be giggling because I don't take it offensive, and I don't think it's
yeah,
personal because I can't never see the person. I can't
right.
physically see them,
No,
so
it's basically it's a fucking 12-year-old who's mad and he's just trying to
mhm.
say some shit to get under your skin. But like it's like I can't remember what was it fucking what movie was it? Where the nigga play Xbox against a kid and the kid talking trash and he's like, oh yeah, like it's like
Vince Vaughn was in that joint.
I think so. He just talking mad shit. The kids start crying and shit like that.
The joint where he
Mommy.
was dating
Jennifer
uh
Aniston. Was it the
yeah, when
breakup?
they break up, yeah.
The breakup. Shouts to the breakup.
I love that movie, man. But yeah, man, that shit is funny to me. Like people are really out here, like their worlds are upside down right now. Trey, oh my
Touch
god,
some grass. Get outside and touch some grass.
Elon Musk. controlling
I've
Twitter
seen
whatsoever.
people that I love, like I really fuck with on Twitter,
They
say
announced
I'm
they're
quitting.
leaving.
Yeah, and I
I'm
was like,
leaving.
huh?
It's on their timeline that much, honestly.
Bro, no, but I think they were just looking at it like, oh, Twitter's about to just like hit this big ass 360. Like I got homies that work at Twitter, and I get it. It's some niggas that got laid off. It was some niggas that just morally just quit. And I'm like, I could respect that. Cool. You can't work with this nigga. Y'all got different views or all that other stuff. But as a user,
Yeah.
that shit not really crossing your line, bro. It ain't affecting your shit because Twitter has created so much to avoid all this where you can mute a person, you can block a person, you can create a community, you can mute the word. Like, you can create so many different experiences to have an enjoyable version of your timeline that you'll never see
Yeah.
it. I
One of
muted Ye, I muted Kanye West, I muted fucking Donald Trump, I muted
the
users to follow, all that shit, and I don't see it.
one of the tweets that Sean King put on his this slideshow of like his proof or whatever. By the way, his caption is despicable. Exactly what we said would happen. This is all over Elon Musk's Twitter right now. Most hate I've seen on a platform in my 15 years on Twitter. Very, very like fucking super serious thing. This is one of the tweets. Attention, attention, everyone. I must have your attention. Niggers. Thank you and have a good day. I fucking laugh. I mean, this shit, like, I know what he's trying to like provide proof of. Bro, you chose the wrong shit. You chose shit that's making me fucking die laughing.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
Like, again, I understand the seriousness of it for people that still care about that word or still get triggered
No,
by it.
I'm just
I understand. But like,
I'm not
again, there's ways to make your Twitter experience better. You can filter so many things that you don't even have to deal with this stuff, man, at all. Even if this is the thing, even if you follow the right people, you'll never see that. You'll never see that because nobody endorsing that. Nobody, if you actually rock with that person and it's the right person, unless a nigga just surprise you and he's been pent up and always wanted to say it, you're never going to see it. You're never going to see, even if a nigga, if you read it right and it's one day you be like, damn, okay, somebody put nigger on there. Is he hacked? That's the first shit you go say, bro. Is he hacked? Is he hacked? Because it's no way niggas just saying that without consequences, without losing a job, without, something going on where a nigga not threatening to punch him in his face. Because nobody want that. Nobody want to be targeted as a racist, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah, too funny, man. By the way, this shit is all gonna handle itself. Like everything else, man. Like companies are gonna be like, yo, we don't want to do business with you, and then they're gonna fucking regulate. Like it's not free speech. This is a private fucking company. You agree to terms and conditions in the user agreement and all that. So they're gonna start fucking cleaning that shit up, or maybe not. Maybe they want. I don't give a shit. Like that's not the racism I'm afraid of. Right? Like the guy who says, "Excuse me, can I have everyone's attention, please?" Niggers. That is all. That's not the racism I'm afraid of. The racism I'm afraid of is when I'm driving down the street, get stopped by cops. The racism I'm afraid of is equal pay. What racism I'm afraid of is like violence in the street from skinheads or whatever. That's the racism I'm afraid of. Silly me though. All right, so moving on to fighting against racism to me being racist in that, man. I just don't like Atlanta, man. Just end the show already.
Nigga anti-black.
And super. If this is what it means to be black, I'm super anti-black, bro. Yeah, clip it. They're gonna clip it. It says, "Yeah, I knew it. I told y'all he from Sudan. He from Africa. He don't believe he black." They're gonna say all that shit. But if this is what it means to be black, I don't want to be black.
Yo, you didn't think it was a good episode?
Well, Jerv.
It's
let Jerv go off.
Not as far as the realm of Atlanta, because again, what the fuck? I just want to know about Paperboy, right? Like I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. But I will say, watching this episode, and although the entire time I wanted to know what was going on with the people that I started watching the show, I was, I found it funny, not like on some ha ha ha, I'm dying laughing, like, oh my God, I'm to tears. But there was plenty of moments where I just like, shit. You know what I mean? And gave one of those type laughs, like, oh, all right, I see what he's doing or whatever. But, it's still weird. You know what I mean? I would like this. Just separate from everything. But this was a good episode. I mean, if you ain't like this episode, honest to God, bro, hating on the show at this point.
Yo, that's crazy. My nigga, please.
I'm telling you right now, Jerv.
Oh,
This episode is like niggas got high and fucking said, what was the blackest movie ever? Oh, the Goofy movie. No, think about it like this, that, or I did that. And it's like, yo, let's do a whole episode on this. This is exactly like, by the way, this goes back to my original shit when Atlanta first came out. It's a good show. It's a very well done show. And I fully recognize that Donald Glover, it's amazing that he was able to make this show, get made. But in terms of like some mind blowing, it's not. It's some shit. So what I mean by that is this. Y'all remember when I told you that Teen Wolf was a racist movie and that the wolf was all like an analogy to being black, or how white people see it? Oh, he's good with women and he's great at basketball and he break dancing in the hallways and he dapping people up. He's cool now. But then like it turns out like, oh yeah, he's kind of a dick and he's an asshole. And eventually he wins the girl of his dreams and or the girl who's been there all along, and he wins the championship as a white boy. I told y'all that whole shit. Like, again, I stand by it. I guarantee it, right? In the same way that like someone could have sat down and said to me, a Goofy movie, Goofy's actually a black character, and a Goofy movie like is the blackest movie ever made. Us sitting around, us doing a podcast, us fucking smoking, having some drinks, absolutely wonderful, whatever. But to make a 30-minute goddamn episode on it, like y'all didn't think this should just drag on and on and on. I laughed. I laughed at the beginning when they said he used to get his ass beat, because I remember Trey talking about the kids with the dragons on their shirt, like that's right. But other than that, like after like that first commercial break, I'm like, oh, we still doing this, huh? And then at the end, I was like, come on, what are we doing, man? Like,
yo, at the end, he had Goofy's feet,
Goofy shoes,
shoes and shit. That shit make you laugh.
man.
Hey,
I was done.
Like, no, here's the thing, dog. Jerv, I get it, bro. I understand where Bean's coming from. This shit don't make sense. It don't line up with whatever the storyline. But there is no storyline this season. It hasn't been a storyline in the past two seasons. I think they've been just giving people a chance to just write and just get their shit off, get writers credits on this.
All right, so a couple things. One, I didn't even talk about how it didn't fit with the storyline this time. I'm saying this, even as a standalone episode, was boring as fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was an idea that is like a 5 or 7 minute idea, and they stretched it across 30 minutes. And that's boring as fuck. But also, if we're going to talk about storylines and giving people opportunities, right? How about this? You're Donald fucking Glover. Make a new show, nigga. Make a new show. I know I'm making it sound easy, but fuck you, man. Like, you telling us this, that, the other. Then make a new show then.
I mean, he's supposed to be doing some shit with Lenny
Keenan
Kravitz
Thompson,
and Spike Lee, so I have no idea what that's going on.
Keenan Thompson, non-funny ass, still got his show.
Oh man!
I mean,
look, Keenan out here catching straight bullets.
Hey, catching straight. But the thing is, here's the thing, right? I do understand where Bean's coming from. This could have been a 5 to 7 minute skit, and then they could have cut back into the show. But it was a 30-minute skit, right? I thought it was shot very well as a fake ass documentary, because if you just seen the screenshots on Twitter, you would thought that shit was real as fuck, right? So I commend how they shot it. Shouts to Hero and all them and everybody involved. But then it was like Jerv said, it was laughable moments, like, you know what I mean? Because they tried to play some little seriousness up to it.
When that nigga stood on the table
with the picture, like, yeah.
Come on, my nigga.
Like I thought it was funny, man. I thought it was really good as far as like that. I didn't think I wasted 30 minutes of my time. But I also could do without it if I didn't see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably not going to go back and watch it as like a quote unquote classic episode, or I'm not going to get free advertising and saying, hey, did you see the latest episode? No, I think that, we're giving a recap because that's the show we're covering right now. But like mainly, like, it was funny. I laughed. And I thought it was like clever to just create this story about it. You know what I mean? So
Let
I'm
me
gonna give that credit to their writing.
let me ask you a question. This is a real question. Given that I guess this is episode 8, so we got 2 episodes left, probably. I know some seasons they've gone
Probably.
11 or 12 or whatever, but we're rounding up here. We're almost at the end of this season. Do you think they're doing this also beyond giving people opportunities and exploring shit, whatever, because they don't have a story? Because they don't know how to end the story. They don't know how to like. They took the characters to a place where like, well, fuck, what do we do now? Because the basis of these characters was hungry, broke, trying to make it, getting fucked over by the world. And somehow in the last 2 seasons, they've taken it to a place where successful, money ain't a problem, right? But they don't know where to go with it now. Is that possible?
I mean, probably, because yeah, you're right. Like Paperboy's already, he's got so much money. He's been out long enough that the only thing he could potentially be worried about is what they mentioned a couple episodes ago is that he fell off and he's irrelevant now.
Yeah, and that's how long he's been out though. Like in the show timeline, he's so advanced. They're talking about kids not knowing who he is. Like he's, like he's
Yeah, we've
like
sped
figure.
past this, and I don't think that I think the frustration part about it because they give us no timeline. They don't throw a year out there. They don't really give us like how far along has he's gone. Because again, this nigga done won awards. They got hella money. They've been overly successful. The nigga almost got greatest hits. He's respected by most of the rappers. He's in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like obviously the Soldier Boy video, it was like 15 years ago. So, time has passed. His daughter is of age. You know what I mean? So like kind of viewing all that stuff as is and shit like that. Cause I remember when his daughter was super young. So like she has to be like, if she's 6 now, 6 years is probably passed. And we accept that or whatever. But like again, I'm not even thinking that deep and I don't even want to give this show that much credit for aligning with time like a power or something like that, just because it's just all over the place.
Yo, what if I mean, with you saying that maybe they just don't know what the fuck to do? What if the last episode he just like whomever just wakes up and it was all a dream?
You on mute.
You know, mute.
I mean, that's all that's left in the list of hacky shit to do that they haven't done yet. Like, was anything left on the list? Yeah, let's make it all a dream sequence. I don't know, man. Like maybe I'm not artsy enough.
Isn't that what
Maybe
Lost did or whatever? I
yeah,
never
like
watched that show. Okay.
I never watched a second of it, but like people were very upset about Lost, because like it ended in a way that people did not enjoy. It didn't give any kind of clarity or whatever. Sopranos, same way. People didn't like the way that ended. Seinfeld, people don't like the way that ended. But the difference is, at least like from the standpoint of Seinfeld and the Sopranos, I never watched Lost, but from Seinfeld and Sopranos, they like the season was all right. It's just like that's it. The end of the season, we're like that's it, right?
Mhm.
Even though I love both endings, but I get what people
you love
upset about.
you love the Sopranos ending.
Yeah, man. Art, man. It's art.
But that art shit.
I never finished it, so I don't know.
Jerv, I get it. I get your frustration. I'm not saying, oh, you just stupid or you don't get it or whatever. I get it. I get the frustration. But think about that last season, Jerv. Did you enjoy it?
No, that season was dope. I think
Right.
I think that it gets a bad rap because of the last episode, but it's
Right.
actually a dope season.
Exactly. Like this isn't no Game of Thrones shit where it was just trash and we're like, just end this shit. Game of Thrones, niggas was
I don't think
niggas was upset,
season,
bro.
For real, the last season was. I know it ended ass.
Of
the
Game
last
of Thrones
season was ass. I felt like
the last 2 seasons were ass. Remember, like it used to take half a season for them to get from like the Wall down to King's Landing, and now niggas is going there like on fucking
my nigga
teleporting
in like 10 minutes.
That was other shit. Oh, the Starbucks coffee cup on the table, and like the niggas like they stopped giving a fuck very clearly.
That shit was real. Hold up, that shit was real. Like that shit was.
Oh, I
Like,
saw
really
that
in
shit.
the show?
I was like, what? Why the
Mhm.
niggas got a Starbucks cup on there? Yes,
Oh,
that
I
was
thought.
real. The one
I
I
never
didn't
went back.
see that I had to see like later on was apparently there's a Dasani water bottle in another scene like later on that season. But it's just like Game of Thrones universally motherfuckers hated that whole season. At least that whole season, if not more. But Seinfeld, it was bangers. Sopranos, it was bangers. And then you may or may not have liked the ending. To me, like Atlanta, I'm not saying it's Game of Thrones trash, but like I have no, it ain't no like, oh my God, that what a letdown. Whatever the last episode is gonna be, I'm not gonna be let down because this is what they've presented to me. This is what they've made it.
Now I'm looking forward to this ending.
You think you've got like, oh, they're gonna have a
No, I'm looking forward to this ending, like the
oh
show.
yeah,
ending.
get
Like,
this
so
out of
not
here.
the-
Yeah,
I
get this
just don't.
shit out of
I
here.
don't care anymore. I just don't care.
They did it. They did it. They made us not care, Jerv. That's my thing. They made us not care. Whatever you want to say.
We used to love that show.
I know, man. Even though, again, I stand by my assertion, I could have made that show. I mean, I could not. Maybe I couldn't get it made. I couldn't get it made, but I could definitely come up with ideas and storylines and characters like that. Not, and that's not saying this show's trash. I'm just saying it's not as like, oh my God, how did they think of that? As people make it out to be. But that's just me. I'm a hater, I guess. I in the grand scheme of things, I'd rather you be a super fan for that dude than for Pastor Red Hat. Because look at me, I'm special as what's his name, Donald Glover thinks he is. Like at the end of the day, I think he's a decent person. He's just probably just an arrogant prick or whatever. But like he's a decent human being. And I, you know how I feel about Pastor Red Hat. And we don't discuss that shit here. I like how people like saying, stop talking about him. Yeah, motherfuckers. We did that shit. We did that shit what, 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago? When it was 2017. 5 years. We fucking put the fucking hit out on this nigga. 5 years. Catch up, niggas. Fucking bums. All right. This is me talking to all the other podcasts, by the way. BMF documentary. All right. Episode 2 aired. We have now caught up. We watched both episodes. Trey, you had an interesting observation that you feel like this shit is all upside down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had to do it, and they give us that disclaimer where like some events have been changed, but shit, it's a lot that's been changed. Like it's a lot of shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tell
Like
me the shit that y'all feel like, oh, this is so
they
different.
not. I mean, again, right? And maybe we find out in season 2. I don't know. That's why it's a weird timing for it to come out. But like for the parents to split in 19 years, for them to show like Leighton,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Hold on.
Leighton shooting Meech.
Let's do bit by bit. All right. So the parent thing, we're definitely getting a lot of tension in the show, in the scripted show. So that might be, it just hasn't happened yet in the story. But like, it didn't come as a surprise to me. I'm like, yeah, these niggas is fighting all the time. The kids want to pay the bills. He won't allow it. The mom is like, come on, like, put your pride down. We're going to lose the house. So like, it all makes sense. It makes sense.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it like they making it seem like in the show, the nigga was just like the breadwinner of the crib when it was really the mom. You feel me? Like this nigga was coming home with fucking instruments.
Nah, Trey. Because and I thought that too. I just remember in one of the very first episodes, he keeps coming up short with the bread. And the mom, they don't go into detail. We don't know what it really is, but the mom, she pulled some extra shifts or whatever the case she could be, so she could make do on the end, so like they could pay whatever bill it was or whatever. I think they just.
Bro, but they not painting that nigga as
shit.
no fucking musician. They not painting that nigga like that shit, bro.
They just making him like like a broke nigga.
Yeah, they just like a broke cheap ass dad, bro. You know what I mean? So that's why we hate the nigga even more, because it's like, damn, nigga trying to help the house out, and you fucking tripping.
I feel like that's not it's not that big of a stretch, and they made it so that it's easier for you're right, Trey. They make it so it's easier to root against that nigga, right? It makes him a simpler character. It's easier to root against. And also, as I understand it, their daddy ain't alive, and the rest of them are. So it's kind of like, who's gonna be mad?
He can't even defend himself.
Who gonna
right?
be mad? Yeah, who gonna be mad?
But then, obviously Lamar's Leighton.
Yeah.
And Leighton, niggas still scared to speak about Leighton right now to this day.
Yeah,
you feel me?
man. I'm like,
nigga
is this nigga alive?
He low-key might still be alive, right? And they tell a whole story about like him just shooting Meech and niggas just taking the hits. Like, you know what I mean? And he still got arrested and all kind of shit. And it was so crazy because he won't press charges on the nigga or nothing. He like, I'm not gonna dry snitch or nothing. But like, you would think that obviously even them trying to create Lamar was a wild nigga in the show, but that nigga was doing the complete opposite. Like they left out so many things, which I get it because you don't want to. It's a slippery slope to play along, right?
Yeah.
Especially with that nigga, if he really doing all this, and the fact that it was a 2-year war. These niggas had a 2-year war with this nigga.
Yeah,
like that shit's a lot. You know what I mean? And obviously we're gonna get to that point where Meech leaves Detroit and migrates to the South, but it's just interesting to see the certain things and how his crew and even the nigga that plays Wood Harris, the real life guy, his role is different. His role is different. You know what I mean? Like he's actually the founding member of the 50 Boys.
But that was yeah. I mean, it was kind of that in the show, but in the show they made him, again, to simplify it, they made him more of a hater, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the documentary, he was like, "Yeah, I was like, this is what I raised you guys.
I raised you niggas to be bosses.
You know, it wasn't that easy though."
Well, the other nigga said like it was easy, but it was easy because he had some other suckers. He was paying these niggas $700 a week, man. Yeah, this nigga's a fucking menace. But the other thing I really enjoyed is that the idea that in the show and in real life, they point out these niggas ain't gangsters, man. So when they got shot up, like dude said, we're sitting in the car, like, I don't have a gun. Meech doesn't have a gun. And I'm like, how do y'all niggas moving all this way? Y'all ain't got guns? But then Edie said, like, them niggas isn't gangsters. They like he wasn't no bitch.
Yeah.
But like they were like, for lack of a better term, regular dudes who just selling drugs.
They was just trying to get out of their situation. They wanted to be rich. They wanted to be money. They wanted to take care of their family. They did what they still did. Like them niggas was hustling, trying to hide that shit and make it home before the streetlights came on, and was like hiding that shit for as long as they possibly could. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, his mom finding out different shit, they was getting it off for a little bit. So the idea of all that shit going on is just it's interesting. But also, we watched the show and we got the expectation of like, nigga, if that's in the show, nigga, that's how it's supposed to be. And it's like, all this shit has been twisted a little bit. You know what I mean?
By the way, I'm searching. I can't find whether this nigga Leighton is alive or not, which makes a lot of sense. Well, these niggas are no commenting a bunch of shit about who shot this nigga's brother. That was the part that I thought was a pretty big omission. But again, it's better to have Lamar just be a random crazy nigga who's crazy for the sake of being crazy than be, he's mad because y'all killed his brother.
Yeah.
By the
way, this shit didn't randomly just happen and nigga came home and started tripping. Like, y'all niggas created this shit.
Y'all created this shit. And well, by the way, because of a fight that broke out, because Meech was disrespectful as fuck, man. You can't tell an OG to go fuck off, man.
Wait, am I tripping? Lamar in the show
is Leighton.
That is Leighton.
That's Leighton, yes.
Because if it's all crazy like this, they have him like he dies in the show. Like Meech kills him in the show.
Yeah.
Yes. He didn't die though. He went to jail, nigga. But they no.
I'm saying Meech ain't going to. They not if he can't be still active or around or anything. Like he can't.
Dog, I'm Googling. I'm saying, is Leighton Simon still alive? Leighton Simon whereabouts? Nothing. Nowhere, man. It doesn't say anywhere that this nigga's dead.
But they also not cocky enough to get that off.
Yep.
They know better because
that
shows, nigga, that nigga really still got a hand and muscle out here in these streets. Niggas ain't about to play on that. They gonna give him his G points. Don't get it twisted. They're gonna give him his G points. Like, yeah, he was really him, nigga. But yeah, that's it. Cause they could really go up. Like how how 50 Cent do it. He'd tell a story, nigga, and make you look like a whole ass nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's completely different, bro.
Was there anything else that you guys were surprised by or whatever?
I'm not. You know what? It's not even that I'm surprised because I'm thinking I'm recognizing part of the issue is we just don't know where we're at in the
Yeah.
show. Like we don't
Mhm.
know if we're right when Meech and the Pops and like what I mean, like the Pop rolling or Lamar or whatever happens there or Meech rolling. Like we have no idea. And so I think once you look at it, because I thought it was crazy. I thought nothing made sense. You know what I mean, as far as how it's just polar opposites. But then now I realize that we just don't know where we're at. So I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
We get some new characters too. We get Lala, we get Trey Chaney, which is Poot from The Wire. We get Jalen Rose,
Monique.
and we get a couple other cameos. So like it should be interesting, obviously, because White Boy Rick and a couple other people are going to be involved. It was interesting to see White Boy Rick and how Maserati Rick got his name too.
Yep.
Like in that situation, because that was some
nigga with a
good
Maserati.
backdrop.
Yeah.
First nigga with a Maserati. That's pretty killer.
It was it's cool to hear. Have you guys ever seen like either the White Boy Rick documentary or the movie?
I wanted to watch, but I didn't hear good things about it.
The movie was all right. But like the documentary is fucking crazy because this dude was like legit, like what they would say is like he's 16 years old and he was like a drug kingpin, and like in very Scarface fashion, he started fucking the wife of like one of the biggest drug dealers in Detroit. I mean, he was beating the brakes off of her and shit. So he's got a pretty interesting story as well.
Does that mean we'll get Eminem in the BMF?
Just looking around and shit. Jerv, to answer your question about the timeline, that's the thing I was thinking about. It's like on the one hand, they haven't told us about when Terry got shot and fucked up his eye, right? Which was one of the main things that happened in the season,
in the show,
season 1, right? But on the other hand, it's like we already hit the point where White Boy Rick said their names start buzzing and niggas in jail are giving prosecutors and DAs, oh, I heard these 50 boys, I heard Terry and Demetrius Flannery. I'm like, oh damn, niggas are snitching on you. They don't even know you. They just like
don't even know you.
That's some fucking wild shit, man. I don't know how to feel about that. I think I'd rather be snitched on by somebody
that actually you hate or
you
don't know.
Or just someone like I interact with, man. Like, how's a fucking stranger just gonna be like, yeah, I heard this thing out here, son. Like, nigga, who are you? But so they're starting to hint at the end of episode 2 of this documentary that they're under the kind of the radar of the federal government. But it's like, and the niggas gotta skip town and move down south and all that. But we haven't seen Terry getting shot yet. And by the way, Meech gets shot. That was the other thing. I was like, word?
Got shot so many times.
That's what I was gonna say. That nigga was getting dumped out. I'm like, nigga, I didn't even know he got shot like that.
For real.
Then he pushed his man out of the car, you know what I mean, and drove off. And obviously the police stopped him and he got out, and that's how he got to the hospital. He got shot in the fucking neck.
He got shot in the neck. The way he found this because his chain fell down. First of all, how fucking thick was that chain where it stopped the bullet? Right, man? Like, yeah, we always talk about motherfuckers dying because of like jewelry and shit. This nigga jewelry saved his life, man. Fucking crazy. Nuts. I don't know, man. I mean, I like the documentary. I like BMF a lot as a show. I remember us saying, like, do we like it because it's really good, or do we like it because it's not Power? I can't tell you. I don't know. But I enjoyed the show, and I'm watching this documentary, and I'm enjoying the documentary. Are you guys worried? Are either of you worried that watching this documentary is going to ruin the show when it comes back for you?
No, because I'm married to the characters already.
Jerv, you look like you didn't even occur to you until now.
That was such a dope way to say it. No, I'm married to the characters. No, because it's a TV show.
You know what I'm
And
saying? Like the
they
narrative of the
they've
dad.
already
Like I miss the dad, be like getting mad at him weekly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was fun. Like it was fun. Like why this nigga acting like a whole ass nigga, even though he mean
niggas calling
well?
him a whole ass nigga because he don't want his kids selling drugs.
Like
And we know they about to be the biggest thing since whatever.
because we ready for them niggas to win. You know what I'm saying? We ready for them to cut up and be winning. We rooting for them niggas. And we got here this nigga trying to talk Jesus and do all this other stuff for his
I'm trying to
kids.
hear
'Cause
about
we
the
hot.
billboards.
Like the nigga, and it was so funny because niggas was turning his little part into spoofs and skits.
Yeah.
Like you brought this into my house. Like, dog, that's fucking funny, dog. Like, that's why I like that's why the show needs to exist because we get those type of moments.
By the way, speaking of which, man, did y'all see Lou Young started doing spoofs of the Jacksons and American Dream?
Oh no.
Dog, I was laughing. So Michael Jackson, he got the wig on. And it's a scene where he's walking with his mama in Neverland, and like he pets a tiger and all that shit. This nigga killed it, man. Like I was dying laughing so hard, man. Y'all gotta check that shit out. Shout out to Lou Young, man. Who I just discovered went to Georgia Tech.
Bro, you got to get him on the show.
For real. All right.
That would be funny.
Fucked him up with that one.
Fucked him up with that one.
We can wrap this shit up here, right? All right, that's gonna do it for us on Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. Reminder: if you wanted to listen to this entire 1 hour, whatever, however long it is, podcast all at once, you didn't want to wait day by day for bits to come out. Patreon.com/countthedings. Become a member. Go ahead, get access to this pod all at once. Go ahead, get access to the OG pod. Me, Trey, Waz, Zach, Tom, Jade. We're all back together. And we're potting. And that's episode 1 was like we never left.
And we'll start bringing guests too. So
we'll bring
start
guests. We'll bring
OGs.
people. Yeah, like blast from the past and shit.
Like Jerv. Jerv can have his ESPN archives tell. He could tell his stories.
Oh shit, man! All the Red Notice fucking stories, the classified stories are about to be declassified. So make sure you're up Patreon, and also again, if you're listening to this on Monday, the 31st, watch along. We have a watch along for the movie. Jason X, me, Zach, and Maze. We're gonna do that. So definitely join us if you listen to this because you listen to it late or just got to you late. Don't worry, we do these regularly, these watch alongs. As a Patreon member, you get access to that. So make sure you are tapped in. All right, for Jerv, for Trey, I'm Amin, reminding you to stay black, motherfucker.